What goes through your mind when you hear the word sleep or a good night's sleep? You think of a cozy bedroom with a high four-poster bed, crisp, clean sheets on a pocket-coiled mattress, the warm duvet pulled up to your chin, and then you turn onto your side, propped up by a fluffy pillow, bathed in soft moonlight glow, is the face of your beautiful wife, sleeping peaceful. Magical moment, isn't it? You feel like shaking her up and waking her up and telling her you love her. And then the partner of your life snorts like a humpback whale. Magical moment is lost. The full moon hides behind dark clouds. I faced a similar situation about 3 months back. No, my wife was not snorting. At some time about 3 in the morning, I woke her up and told her, honey, stop breathing. And this happened many times over the next 3 or 4 months. For me, it was total lack of sleep at the night. Instinctively, I would wake up when she stopped breathing. At some point of time, I wanted to watch and see how long she would hold her breath. But being a sensible man and being not wanting to be an accessory to death by breathlessness, I would always wake her up. Things became serious. She fell asleep at the wheel of the car and drove into a fence. I think that's when she actually woke up. Over a period of time, she spent a lot of sleepless nights researching about her condition. Finally, at the behest or advice of her doctor, we landed at the doors of a sleep clinic. Why was I there? One, I was curious. I wanted to know what was happening behind those closed doors. And my wife didn't want to go to a strange place and sleep all by herself. The sleep clinic was strategically located right next to Sleep Country. I wonder what came first, Sleep Country or Sleep Clinic? Once you enter the sleep clinic, behind a very clinical reception, there was a long corridor with bedrooms on either side. I had earlier called and booked for a single bed and a room for myself. I wanted to have a good night's sleep. Soon after, my wife was hooked up to a machine with about hundreds of wires. I went to sleep. Sometime in the middle of the night, I was woken up by tremors. I felt as if I was standing in Grand Central Station, watching the trains go by. I mustered up enough courage and stepped into the corridor. That's when I realized that there was a snoring symphony being conducted behind closed doors. So I went to the first door outside and listened. The snoring went on like this. The door opposite, he or she, I don't know, was trying to drown this sound by going. It was as if the car was skidding with the ABS on. At the end of the corridor, a guy came out with hundreds of wires and he walked past me like a zombie to the washroom. When I reached the reception, the grand conductor of the symphony was sitting there watching 6 monitors. There were 6 people being tested in various rooms, and she was watching every movement and note of those people. So I stood there for a while and watched the lead singer, my wife. In about a week's time, the results came. Apparently my wife has a disorder called sleep apnea. Some of the symptoms are tiredness, lack of sleep, breathlessness at night. These are just a few symptoms. And one solution was to put a mask at night for life, which pumps air into the mask. So every time I go to the sleep doctor I accompany my wife, I try to upgrade the mask to one that covers his face as well. You see, my wife talks in her sleep as well. All this reminded me of something that happened almost 25 years ago. As soon as we got married, I didn't know about this condition at that time. Suddenly in the middle of the night, she jumped up and sat on her bed. Her eyes were closed. She asked, Mother, did my mother-in-law die? Even at that time, I had the sense of humor to respond calmly to her. I told her, not yet. Now go back.